So I'm stippling again. It's been a long time, especially this quarantine, lockdown, whatever you want to call it. Just the lack of human contact and like the ability to do. It's not that I'm not able to do as much because technically I'm not, but it's more like the things I'm doing are alone. I'm gonna go longboarding, I'm doing it alone. I can't really be around people, so whatever. And I'm staying inside a lot. But with that, it's like a different part of the creativity that I kind of fight myself to find. And it's just motivation is what I'm talking about. An art block really kicking in hard, like really hard. Because you know when you have free time and you want to do something, right? You're like so motivated to do it. Like, oh, I've been working full time this week, and the hours I get out of work, I want to draw. I got all these ideas I want to do. I think it's just so different when it's like, this is forced. I'm staying home because I have to. I'm not staying home because I want to. So now that it's forced, it's just like, well, what am I doing? You know, I'm sitting there like, well, now I have to draw because there's nothing else to do. So now's the best time to do it. And why I'd be stupid if I didn't. So then I'm sitting there with the pen in my hand. I'm like, well, what do I draw? You know, that. Anyway, so don't worry, I wash my hands and put hand sanitizer on. I can touch my eyes all I want. To my surprise though, with all that being said, I've been like really kicking its ass, art block. I've been kicking its ass the last couple days. I've just been rattling shit off. Like there was one moment where I was just like, I can't think of anything. And then like something happened and then click, boom. And then I started working on this, which I gotta show you. This is looking really dope so far. Let me even turn it. Yeah, this is just stippling, but there's just something about stippling that I love so much. And it's, I mean, I can draw really well. I can shape pencils and stuff like that all day. It's just that I feel like if you stipple it, stippling just looks so much better. You know, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. But it's like the only way I think I can do stuff. Because I tend to screw things up when I'm just shading and stuff like that. Like I'll overshade onto spots that are supposed to be empty. And then I'm too detail oriented to really like the fact that I can erase some things and make the light come back, but then I'm like, oh, the eraser strokes are just bothering me. Depth is something I struggle with as an artist. I'm working on it. Stippling, I think, is where I kind of shine with when it comes to my depth work and really having that contrast between my darks and my lights. It's just been a lot of thoughts going into it. And then I made this logo, really cool esports logo, amazing actually. That looked so good. It was for a gaming clan. It's kind of a joke. I don't want it to be a joke, but to them it's a joke. So it's like, it could be bigger than what it is now and a lot bigger and something big and fun, but it just depends on the mindset of the people you're working with, because if you're not with the people who have that sort of mindset, then stuff might not go anywhere. So that's just life. And what can you really do, you know? So yeah, I kicked that ass. And then I drew, before I even drew this hand, I saw this Batman piece on Instagram, and like, I love drawing red suns. If you don't know what a red sun is, it's really just a red circle. Big, and it's, if you know what it is, then you know when you see it. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you won't know. Like the Japanese flag, that red circle in the middle, it's a red sun. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Saw that. And then it was like Batman standing, and then behind Batman was the red sun. And I was like, I like this idea a lot. But then I was thinking, what if that red sun was bloody? And then I was like, what would be a cool superhero to do? Because I wanted to do something really quick and simple. It wasn't necessarily quick, but more messy. So I was like, Venom. I had just watched the movie and I was like, this would look really cool, especially since lately a lot, I don't know if you notice up here, I kind of like do a lot of webbing. I wanted to incorporate that, and I didn't want to do Spider-Man because he's all red, and really if you made him black, you'd know, oh, it's Venom. So I was like, we're just gonna do Venom because he's creepy, and plus I made him super jacked and had him upside down hanging. It was dope. It looked so good. But that piece was a lot of me trying to, is minimalism, But in the same aspect, it was me trying to not get too detail oriented, because I get in that hole where for me to do art, I have to just go details, go hard, just like this. This is details. Takes hours to do, and I lose focus sometimes because I'm just so into it, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like I've done a whole lot, and I've spent an hour putting dots on, and it just like it, you know what I mean? I bet I've spent like 6 hours already on this. If I used like Copic markers, I'd have been done by now 2 hours ago, you know? But so that piece was me practicing just to get something down, be messy, but get the idea across. Because that's what was important about that piece, was getting the idea across of what it is with a minimal amount of details to really sell it. And me doing that, it sold really well. It did really well. I loved it. Again, it wasn't something like his neck was a little fatter than it probably should have been, but like, I don't care. This is the first time I don't care. So it's real nice. It's a nice little practice thing for me. So, you know. But yeah, how's everybody doing during this quarantine? Doing all right, a little lonely. I just wish. Sometimes I feel like a real big cornball for saying this, but like, I miss church a lot. Why? I love the people, I love the community, I love doing it, I love serving and stuff like that. I miss it. And with it, I miss giving people hugs. I miss like welcoming people. I miss my friends, the people I haven't seen in a while. Because it really felt like recently, especially in this new city, I just moved here a couple months ago. Well, now it's about a year, but I've been here for a year. But the last couple months, I haven't been feeling as lonely as I had, because now I've got friends, I have things to look forward to, I have things to do with other people. And I mean, I will see them in due time when this all blows over, whenever that will be, whether that's April 30th or whether that's July 30th or next year. I don't know. But it's just one of those things where I miss being around those people. So, but like I said, there's so much that with all this new free time that's forced. Again, I think it's different because it's forced, but I'm just in a kind of a grind mode, thinking outside the box. I'm gonna try to set some new habits. I'm gonna try to read more, and not like just fantasy books as much as, because that's what I like to read, but I'm gonna try to get into like setting up several different streams of income and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just trying to do stuff like that. That's good for me in the future and now, not just entertainment and inspiration. I want to be, right now, I feel like I'm very successful for a 21-year-old already, not as successful as other people. Like my roommate, I look up to him a lot. He's very successful. He's only 21. He's only a couple months older than me. Dude's just knocking things out of the park right now. But it's nice having him to live, you know, have an example, right, that lives with me. Just, I look down like across the room to his room, and there he is, you know what I mean? Just, I'm always there. I love it, you know, because it just kind of shows me what I'm capable of doing, what I can do if I just really do the things that I need to do in my life that are necessary for my success. And it sets me an example of what happens when you cut that stupid stuff out and you focus on what you need to focus on. Plus, this is a good time to just kind of like think. It's also a great time to just blow steam off, because now I don't feel so guilty about it. You know, it's like I'm playing video games right now. I could go be doing something else. It's like, well, now I got nothing to do, and the only thing I've been doing is drawing. So can I get a game? Can I get some Warzone in? Let's do it. So, and I want to talk about that though. I know this video is just kind of like all over the place. They all are. With that gaming clan thing, to a lot of my friends that are possibly involved in it, I don't want to say I got away from them to surround myself with better things, with people who had bigger dreams and stuff like that, because it's part of a big reason of what I did. This is one of the first times that I've felt like my childhood friends, I could get them into something to look bigger than themselves, to invest their time and energy in, to learn new things, to do bigger things together. and then they can share that part of that vision with me, that vision that I have that's bigger than everything that is right now. And I want them to be able to join in on that. That's why I'm so motivated with this gaming thing, because that's all we've been doing since we were 12, was playing video games together online. And we do hours a day after school for the last 6 to 8 years, you know what I mean? So like, with the world on pause, this is the perfect time for everybody to be like, you know what, you like playing video games? Let's freaking make it work, dude. So yeah, I'd love to see how that goes, if it goes anywhere. But I think if it does, and I can get at least 5 of them to really think seriously about it, I think it'll go somewhere. Plus, I just think it's one of those things where like, I would love to be able to teach them marketing and like teach myself marketing, teach them new skills, and maybe change their minds about their paths that they're on. I don't know. There's just a lot to think about. Perspective is huge, because sometimes I feel like my visions are too big for other people to comprehend or to want to follow, because some people will get close to that vision, think it's too big and not want to touch it. That's too much of a commitment. Then other people, you look at them, you say that, and then you go, am I crazy? And they're like, you're not crazy enough. And I'm like, ugh, get over here. I love you. You're amazing. Anyway, there's no emails or anything going on right now. I've got all my leads for the day. Nobody's called in like an hour. So I'm making this video now that we're here. So when I do finish this piece, I'm actually not sure what I want to do with the background yet. I think I want to make it either all black, which actually, now that I think about it, I'm not gonna do. But when it is done, I do plan to do a giveaway with it. I don't want to keep it. I love it, it's great. It might be one of the best pieces I've ever done, at least stippling wise, or at least ink wise. I draw a line between digital and ink, or digital and traditional, because they're two different worlds completely. On digital, I can undo a line, you know, on this I can't. If I drop like a piece of ink or throw a bad line in there somewhere, I can't fix it. I have to work with it. So yeah, but this might be the best stippling piece that I've ever done, or ink piece. But with my art, I don't like keeping it around. I don't really care to look at it. Once I've got a photo of it and it's up, I can look at it online. I don't really care to go, oh, look at it. I think this would do a lot better. I want people to have my art. That's what it is. I don't want my own art. I want to give people my art. So I'd like to give this to somebody, and I want to see how that process works, just mailing off some art to somebody of my own, you know, and just kind of finally letting go of it, selling my kid. If there's something you guys want to see me do, please leave it in the comments. You can always check out my Instagram or DM me on Twitter, Instagram. Just tell me if you guys want me to make something, I'll do it. With my art, I don't do free art for people. I'll do free art for people. Does that make sense? But it doesn't. Someone wants free art from me, I'm not gonna give it to you. But if I make a piece and then give it to you for free, I'd love to do that. There's a difference. I wanna do free art for people, not free art for people. I'm not sure, again, we wrap yourself wrong, but I wanna give my stuff away a little bit and just kinda share with what I got, you know? So anyway, rambling vid done. All right.